not me personally, but when you show men and women porn of some sort, you usually show them either men masturbating or women masturbating. Men who identify as straight, their genitals, their penises, will get aroused only to women, to images, to porn of women, and they will not get aroused to images of men. So they have what we call gender-specific reactions, right? Whereas women who identify as straight women will, even though they identify as straight, their genitals will react, they'll get aroused to both images of men and to women. So women's vaginas, if you will, act in a bisexual manner, whereas men's penises do not. They are kind of, they act in a straight manner for straight men and women. But the problem so far with this research has been, yeah, I know. How many of you, did people know that? Tell me yes if you knew this, and no if this is new to you. It's fascinating. Yeah. I believe it. No, did not know. Okay, so this is new information for most of you. One person knew. Checked out gay porn, did nothing to me. Yeah. Vaginas look like the creature from Alien. Well, I hope you like aliens. Yeah, so this is what the vaginas are saying, right? So don't take this to mean, what women are experiencing and what they actually want to do in real life. But that's what happens to their genitals when you show them different kinds of porn. Now, the problem with this research, or the criticism with this research for a long time, was that we're actually measuring arousal in men and women with different techniques, with different equipment. So for men, we've been measuring it with what is called a penile plethysmograph, where, men will put something around their penis, a little string, and it will measure how much they get erect. For women, though, we've measured it in a very different way. For women, what we do is called a photoplethysmograph. It's a little tampon-sized photosensitive camera that goes inside the vagina and measures blood flow through the genitals. And the way it measures it is through light. So the redder it gets, the more blood flow is expected to go in. So, so these are two very different ways of measuring arousal for men and for women. And people have been saying, the plethysmograph sounds not so high-tech in comparison. Yeah, here, I'll show you a picture of the plethysmograph versus the photoplethysmograph. Can you see that? So this is the penile plethysmograph. It can be just kind of a string, or you can have this more substantial kind of thing. So this is what goes around the penis. It's called a penile strain gauge. And you actually do get erect. Most men do. Not everyone responds. So about 20% of men will not respond. But what the way this works is, they'll put you in a room, they'll explain to you how to use it, and then they'll leave you on your own, and you put this around your own penis yourself, and then you get to watch porn. For women, this is the vaginal photoplethysmograph. So this is about a tampon-sized thing that, women put in their vaginas, and that's what measures it. So different equipment, different measures. Yeah, I always thought that watching girls is more arousing, but I'm heterosexual. Yeah, so for a lot of women, that is the case. So that was always a problem. That was always something that was a criticism, that maybe this gender specificity in men, but the gender non-specific reactions in women was due to using different methodology. So this new study used the same methodology to measure arousal in both men and women, and that's thermographic camera, thermal imaging cameras. So what they do is basically they sit men and women in a nice comfy chair, and then they explain what they're going to do, and then they leave them, and they say, take your clothes off or strip from the waist down, and then you sit in that chair and you just spread your legs. You don't touch anything, you just spread your legs, and then you watch porn, and the camera is positioned in front of the genitals, and so it measures how much heat is generated in that area. And what they found with this thermal imaging, which is exactly the same for men and for women, is it's the same thing. Women reacted, men reacted in a very gender-specific way. So this was all straight identified people. Straight men only got, the genitals got heated only when they were watching women masturbating, but not men. Whereas women's genitals got heated up whether they were watching men or women. So that's what they found. So basically what this is showing is that the gender non-specificity in women versus gender specificity in men's arousal patterns is not due to methodology, but it's actually a robust finding. How does shame play a role in bisexual response? Well, it can certainly suppress it, yeah. Men and women exposed to gay female sex early associated with first sources of arousal. Gay sex, most kids don't get to see gay sex. Even better with measurement tools, yeah. To an equal extent, yes. Want me to show you the graphs? Hi, Justice. Thanks for dropping in quickly. These were, the ages were, hold on. So we can do a little Q&A now about the study. Come on. Where are those? The age was 25 years on average. The reaction to porn isn't psychological, and bisexual women are more accepted. Absolutely, absolutely. Here, let me show you the graphs for men and for women. The sample size was fairly small. Okay. So let me tell you what this is. So they measured both the vaginal plethysmographs and the thermal imaging. So this is women and this is men. This is the reaction to a neutral stimulus, some nature video. So this is always the low kind of baseline arousal. And for women, this is the male, and this is the reaction to females on, this is vaginal plethysmography, photoplethysmograph. This is thermal imaging. And this is actually their subjective arousal, how much they said they were aroused. So as you can see, there was no arousal to the neutral one, but they were almost identical with how much they got aroused to the male and the female stimuli. In fact, this is the thermal imaging, they were slightly more aroused to the women who are more aroused to the female stimuli than to the male stimuli. So some of you saying, I'm heterosexual, but I love lesbian porn even more than straight porn, that might have something to do with that. Now for the men, they were just as unaroused to men's stimuli as they were to the neutral stimuli, to the nature video, but they were very, very aroused to women. That's me right there, Nicole, yeah. So there you go. Now,